Hey everyone, welcome back to GrainCraft. We are in my storage area, and as you can see, it's looking pretty much done. The floor is still to be done, however, but that's not what the reason why we're here. The reason I am here is because, putting it simply, we have run out of room. We have these blocks down here that I have putting together in between episodes, and these don't have a home at the moment because we've maxed out all the chests. So the next thing I need to do is look at how I can fix that, and that is really quite simple. I just need to extend the storage downstairs. I can't extend the wings out any further because, quite simply, there is a matter of loaded chunks, and when I'm standing in the middle here, I don't want any risk of any kind of hopper related problems as the items go round and round the storage area. So we will look at this possibly this episode, possibly the next episode. I've made a start, as you can see. I'm just doing a single tier, 3 deep. So this is just be one item here. So I could potentially use this for slightly more mass storage. I could keep going down really if I wanted to. We'll see what the need is for that later on. But all these blocks will need to be sorted, and that is it before we get to these non-stackable stuff and also anything else that needs storing that is not necessarily block-like at the moment. But we'll cross that bridge another day. But the focus for today is on this block here. This is our one ancient debris that we've found in the Nether so far. I have looked at various different ways of getting ancient debris. Obviously, you've got your just basic tunneling. I think Y15 in the Nether, something like that. You've got. I'm going to keep still because these sensors are a little bit irritating. So you've got Y equals 15 mining. You've got mining with beds. You've got mining with TNT. I think it's all a little bit risky. It's all a little bit, for me, overkill. If that's the right word. I think it's just a lot of effort for not much reward. So I've been doing my research and I found an approach that was originated by raysworks. So Ray is an inspiration for quite a few of my farms and some of the more experimental machines that I do in this game. And he's come up with a design, I think, together with someone else on the SciCraft server, to actually mine from above. So effectively use a TNT duper, which I have no problem in using. Some people don't like it. It doesn't bother me at all. It's in the game. It's possible to do. It's not been patched out. So let's use it. That's what I say. So let's go to the Nether. Let's find a suitable location and get this duper hooked up. And all it does is just shoot off TNT below it, and it just digs a big hole and a big cavern underground, which should clear out an awful lot of netherrack and hopefully expose a fair amount of this stuff. And all I'm doing at the moment here, this is right in the by the portal to my base. All I'm doing at the moment is trying to scout out a location. So this hole creator, this TNT hole creator, is it works best where there are away from large pools of lava. So we are actually surrounded by, if I pop it into the camera, we're surrounded really with a lava ocean, lava lake. I don't know what you call it in the Nether actually. So we don't have too many options here, but there is this space here which I scouted out earlier, which seems to be far enough away. I mean, that's just one lava source block, so that can be plugged up. So I'm thinking we could build this machine above here and then see what we have underneath. One thing I do need to do actually to look up, and I'll do that before I start digging, is if there are certain biomes in there that have more ancient debris than others. So we are in the Soul Sand Valley here. Oops, I am getting attacked. Bear with me one moment. Done. Okay, a quick Google later, and it appears that their distribution of ancient debris is pretty much the same in all of the biomes. The only thing is, a lot of people say that soul sand valleys aren't the best simply because of the amount of falling sand and gravel. Well, not sand, the falling blocks that you can have, which makes mining a pain in these biomes. But because I'm going to be blasting my way through down there, shouldn't be a problem. So let's get building this machine, and I'll bring you back when it's ready to test. And here we are. This is it. Pretty simple. Nothing that's too expensive to build. And from what I could see, or what I can tell even from the videos that I've seen, it's pretty rapid rates. So let's just pop that down there just to give myself a bit more of a platform. So yeah, this is the duper here. There are actually two TNT dupers. Ouch. Whoops. Better to see from underneath anyway. Two TNT dupers, and they will just go back and forward. The coral fans will, I don't know, break the game mechanics somehow, and they will come flying down here. The only hope I've got really in terms of this not blowing up in my face is that this is low enough for the dynamite to go off. I just need to deal with that skeleton. One moment. Dealt with. Cool. Okay, let's get back up there and try this out. Okay, so we have, this is the proper on-off switch, and this is the test switch. So we'll do a test firing and see how it goes. That just primes it. And it doesn't work. Okay, back to the drawing board. Right, I've rebuilt this and straightened it all up, and we'll see if this works properly this time. Fingers crossed, please work. Okay, that's better. So the thing is, one side was that had actually, in the testing of this off camera, one of these sides was actually a little bit off. So it looks a lot more straight now. Okay, with my experience in this, in failing regularly when it comes to TNT duplication, my instincts are telling me it's to do with priming the TNT, and I'm using a minecart on a detector rail. So I am just using this piston to push the cart and the rail on top of the TNT without setting it off, and then it should work. Let's see how this goes. There we go. Okay, so I'll go back and get you later. Try and mine that without mining the slime, and I think that should be primed. Let's just check. So yeah, there's no blocks left over. We've got some lava from some of the failed experiments I was doing earlier to get this working. Let's see. So that won't explode because it's in lava. But why have we only got one working? Why have we only got one working? Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So we're getting there. That seems to work. And I reckon now if I turn this on, we'll have some serious rates. Check it out. Of course, it's not going to do anything because we have that lava there. Awesome. It appears to have already gone down to bedrock. I've got to be very careful here, and I need to go around and get rid of that lava. So let me see what I can do with that, and then we'll have a look down there and see what sort of successes we may or may not have had. Oh, there's a lot that could go wrong here. I have not brought enough blocks. So I'm hoping I can sneak around here, and then we have got rid of that lava. So it's just that one over there to do. Lava has pretty much gone, apart from this bit, which seems to have stopped. Let's see if I can do something about that. Lava has now gone. It's a much darker hole than it was, but it gives you an idea of the Jupiter up there. I mean, what was that running for? I don't know, 10, maximum 15 seconds. And look at the hole it's created. That was some serious duplication, fast duplication there. I cannot see any ancient debris, however, just from this hole. So we've got rid of the lava now, so the actual TNT should be much more effective. It's extremely effective with netherrack because it's got very little blast resistance. But first of all, we need to get back up the top there, work out how we're going to do that. That's going to be easier said than done. And then fire it up again, and then serious amounts of ancient debris will hopefully be coming our way. Here we go. It's crunch time. Now, if this hasn't worked, fine. All I'll do is just move this to another place and try it again. So I can also add a little obsidian platform down there if need be to raise it a little bit, and that will then cause the TNT to shoot out at a higher level and create a bigger cavern down there. But for now, let's just see what happens when it hits the bottom in terms of ancient debris. Ho, ho, ho. Look at that. Right, okay, so it's starting to fly out. I'm going to turn the volume down to save your ears. But it's starting to fly out at different angles, as you can see. For some of them shooting out to the sides, that's what we want, because that's going to clear a bigger area and hopefully expose more of the ancient debris down there. And let's give that... I think that's enough now. We'll just let that calm down a little bit. And we'll head back down and see how we get on. How do I get down? Oh, yeah, this way. I've also destroyed my route down, so I'm going to have to try a different way. Oh, well, I tried to get myself down here in a safe way, and I fell in. But not too far, thankfully. It's not looking great at first glance. As you can see, it's properly exposed all of the bedrock. And that's great, but a quick sweep around here. One ancient debris. That is all. So we could leave it. We could move to a different place, try it again. Or we could just leave it running for a little bit longer. And I think I will do that. I will be patient. And let me just grab this ancient debris. So at least I've got something from my efforts. Oh, there's two. Okay, that's made things a little better. Make 1700. Maybe it's not successful. It's pretty awe-inspiring. Shock and awe. I wonder if you could build this to do this horizontally. You clear some serious areas. We have another one there, which I'll grab once I've dealt with this interloper. Got another one up there. Soul Sand is very off-putting. It looks very similar from a distance. So yeah, there's two more that we've exposed, which is great. Fine. Happy with that. And then what I will do is then add a platform directly underneath the TNT to do this a little higher and see if we can expose a little more rock. And back up here once again. I better crouch so I don't fall in again. This is the obsidian platform, so it's high blast resistance. It won't blow up just like the ancient debris, but it should spread the TNT at a much higher level and hopefully exposing a bit more of that wonderful ancient debris. Pop it in a free cap, that's an idea. Here we go. So you can see they're getting shot out at all different angles, and the cavern is getting bigger. I'm not sure how productive it is being from an ancient debris point of view, however. Got one. I'm going to try and make that platform a bit higher and see what happens. I've raised the platform to a second level. And we'll see how this goes. This is my last attempt, and I'm going to descend down and hopefully have lots of ancient debris to grab. It's getting a little close for comfort with this TNT, so I'm not going to bring the platform up any higher. Oh, that was a close one. And that's probably too high for ancient debris anyway. Right. Okay, let's try again and see what we have. Oops. Oh, that was lucky. I thought that went all the way down. Obviously not. I think I should probably have my totem in hand. Right, okay, so we have a lot more lava. Let's just have a quick look. So there's one up there, two there, two there. I need to look behind this lava. That's something that needs to be plugged up. So there's 5 more that I've seen so far. Let's have a quick look and see what I can find. I'll come back to you with the end result. I mean, we're looking at around about 15. Oh, there's 2 more. That's looking good. Right, I'll come back to you when I have cleared this place out of ancient debris. Well, after that expedition, I think it's probably been worthwhile. I mean, this has probably taken me all in all about an hour. And as you can see, I have 19 ancient debris from this giant cavern that I have unearthed down there. What it will also help with is there are some plans for me and Lovejoy for a Nether hub at some point, and this could actually help if we want to. Certainly, if we want to build it at the bottom of the Nether, then we've got an awful lot of room now that we can do that in. So I could move this somewhere equidistant between our bases for that. So that could be a useful exercise. Get some ancient debris as well as clearing out some room for some nice structure in the Nether to help us get around a little bit faster. But yeah, 19 ancient debris for an hour's work. I think that would have taken me a lot longer if I was just mining or TNTing the old-fashioned way. So yeah, I think all in all, that was a good outcome. A pretty good exercise indeed.